There's a moment almost every dog owner recognizes. Another pet, a cat, a second dog, sometimes even a child, leans in for affection, and suddenly your dog shifts its body, presses closer to you, maybe even lets out a low sound that wasn't quite a growl but wasn't quite nothing either. It looks like jealousy. It feels like possession. But what's actually happening inside your dog's mind in that exact second is far more ancient and far more revealing than simple envy. Today, we're going to understand exactly why your dog does this and what it says about how deeply they've bonded with you. To understand this, we need to go back. Long before leashes, long before living rooms, there were wolf packs moving through cold, unpredictable landscapes where survival depended on alliances. A wolf that had a strong, reliable bond with another wolf had a better chance of eating that week, defending territory, raising pups successfully. Closeness wasn't sentimental. It was strategic. And because it was strategic, the brain evolved to protect it fiercely. A wolf that allowed just anyone to access its most valuable ally risked losing the very thing keeping it alive. That instinct didn't disappear when dogs walked into human campfires thousands of years ago. It transformed. The ally changed from another wolf to a human being. But the underlying wiring, protect what matters, especially when something matters this much, stayed exactly the same. This is where the psychology becomes fascinating. What your dog is displaying when it blocks another pet from touching you isn't simple aggression. It's something researchers studying canine cognition increasingly compare to attachment behavior, similar to what's observed in young children. In the late 2000s, scientists began testing dogs using adapted versions of the jealousy test originally designed for human toddlers. When owners showed affection toward a realistic stuffed dog, many real dogs pushed between the owner and the toy, nosed at the owner's hands, or physically inserted themselves into the interaction. The dogs weren't reacting to the toy itself. They were reacting to the threat of lost attention. And that's not the most surprising part. This protective placement, the act of physically inserting their body between you and another creature, taps into something deeper than competition for affection. It mirrors resource guarding instincts inherited directly from wolf behavior, except the resource isn't food or territory anymore. It's you. Your dog has, in a very real sense, classified you as a finite and precious resource worth defending, which means somewhere in that moment of blocking another pet, your dog isn't thinking, "I don't want to share." It's thinking something closer to, "I cannot risk losing access to the most important relationship I have." If you're enjoying this journey into your dog's inner world, a quick like helps more people discover it. Now, here's where things get interesting. Because this behavior isn't only about anxiety or insecurity as many assume. Dogs that show strong protective positioning often display secure attachment in other contexts too. They recover quickly from brief separations. They seek you out for comfort. They use you as what behaviorists call a safe base when exploring new environments. In other words, the blocking behavior frequently isn't a sign of a fearful or possessive personality. It's a sign of a dog that has built its entire emotional world around your presence. Think about what that actually means from your dog's perspective. In the wild, alliances had to be earned and constantly reinforced. There was no guarantee another wolf would stay loyal. But your dog made a choice, instinctively, repeatedly, every single day, to anchor its sense of safety to you specifically. When another animal approaches and receives affection, your dog isn't just witnessing physical touch. It's witnessing what looks, in its ancient brain, like a potential threat to the bond that keeps its entire world stable. But the story doesn't end there. there's a layer of social hierarchy at play as well. Among wolves, social order wasn't just about dominance through aggression. It was also about who got access to whom and when. A lower-ranking wolf typically didn't interrupt physical contact between higher-ranking pack members without consequence. So, when your dog blocks access to you, it may also be unconsciously asserting a kind of social order, positioning itself as the primary connection point in the household hierarchy of attention. This doesn't mean your dog is trying to dominate the other pet in a harsh way. It means your dog has internalized you as the center of its social universe and instinctively defends that central position. What makes this even more emotionally striking is the timing of when this behavior tends to intensify. Owners often report it appearing more strongly during periods of change, a new pet joining the household, a new baby, even subtle shifts in routine. Evolutionarily, this makes complete sense. Instability historically meant resources and alliances were most at risk, which means protective behavior naturally spikes exactly when an animal senses its position might be challenged. Your dog isn't overreacting. It's running a survival calculation that's been refined over tens of thousands of years, applied now to the very human sitting on the couch beside it. And here's the part that tends to stop people in their tracks. Unlike wolves, who needed alliances primarily to survive physically, your dog doesn't need you to hunt or to fend off predators. There's no practical survival reason left for this behavior to exist. Your dog isn't protecting access to food or territory, it's protecting access to connection itself, to comfort, to closeness, to the simple experience of being near you. The instinct that once kept wolves alive in freezing forests has been completely repurposed by evolution into something almost unbearably tender. A desire to remain emotionally close to one specific human, above everything else. So the next time your dog presses its body against your leg the instant another pet leans in for a pat, try to see it for what it really is. It's not insecurity, it's not a lack of training. It's tens of thousands of years of evolutionary history distilled into a single, quiet, physical act of devotion. Your dog choosing again and again that you are the bond worth protecting. If you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind everyday pet behavior, don't forget to subscribe. Somewhere between the wolf packs of the last ice age and the living room you're sitting in right now, a four-legged creature decided that one human mattered more than almost anything else in its world. And it still tells you that every single day in the smallest and most ordinary of moments. Does your dog do this too?